Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chapter 2, Lesson 1. Our first definition is equation. An equation is a statement where two things are equal. A statement where two things are equal. A statement where two things are equal. First definition is a statement where two things are equal. A solution is our next word, and that is a value that makes the equation true. A value that makes the equation true. A value that makes the equation true. It's basically a value that works in your equation. Value that makes that equation true. The addition property of equality says if you have two things, if A equals B, then if you add something to both sides, they are still equal. If A equals B, then A plus C equals B plus C. The subtraction property of equality, same thing with subtraction. If A equals B, then A minus C equals B minus C. The subtraction property of equality, if A equals B, then A minus C equals B minus C. Now we have some equations that we are going to solve. We are going to use the addition and subtraction property of equality. Looking at this first example, we have x plus 6 equals 14. We will subtract 6 from both sides, and then you are left with x equals 8. So we subtracted 6 from both sides, x equals 8. Number 2, you might want to zip zap that, subtract 4, y plus a negative 4. And if we add 4 to both sides, positive 4, negative 4 cancel out, and you are left with y equals 19. Question number 3, negative 11 plus m equals 33. We want to solve for the m, so we want to get rid of the negative 11. So we add 11 to both sides, and m equals 44. Number 4, we want to solve for the r, so we add a negative 0.4 to both sides. And if we do that, positive 0.4, negative 0.4 cancel out, and we are left with r equals 0.3. Last two examples, we have fractions. You might want to zip zap that, adding a 1/5 to both sides. You would have 3/5 equals m. If you're adding fractions, your bottom number stays the same. You add your top number. And number 6, adding 3/4 to both sides, you are left with z equals 8 over 4. And of course you would want to reduce that to z equals 2. In examples 7 through 10, we want to write an equation and solve it. Number 7 says 9 more than a number is 16. So we will have 9 plus m equals 16. More than is addition. subtract 9 from both sides, and you are left with m equals 7. Number 8, 12 less than the number. Be careful with your subtractions here. 12 less than the number. So you want to take your number and subtract 12, and that is going to equal -3. 12 less than the number is n minus 12. From there you add 12 to both sides, and if you have $12, you spend 3, you are left with n equals 9. Example number 9, Billy has X dollars in his bank account. He is increasing the bank account with $413 by working overtime. He now has $899. What was his balance before the increase? You would have X plus 413 equals $899. From there you would subtract 413 from both sides, and you are left with X equals $486, and that would be your answer. And number 10, over 20 years the population of the town decreased by 275 people to a population of 850. Write and solve an equation to find the original population. So we started out with some number of people. We subtract 275, and then that ends up with 850. If we add 275 to both sides of the equation, the addition property of equality says we can add to both sides of the equation. We are left with 1,125 people.